Hi guys, welcome back and thanks for coming if you're new. Today I want to be talking about essentials and things that I found really helpful for 0 to 6 months old. So this is my daughter Aurora. She's going to be 6 months old next week. I can't believe how quickly time's going. So I just want to have a chat about products that I found really helpful and really easy to use. I did a lot of research while I was pregnant into what kind of things I wanted to buy, so I researched all of the products and I found these kind of videos really helpful. So hopefully you guys will find this video really helpful. Obviously the things that have worked for Aurora won't help or won't work with every baby, so this is just what we found helped and worked for us. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about are nappies. This is essential, obviously, for a baby. I use cloth nappies. I don't use disposable nappies every day. The reason for that is, one, it's better for my pocket. Once I've bought the nappies, I don't have to go out and buy any more. I do plan on using it when I have more children, so that's going to save me money as well. And the big bit obviously is for the environment. Nothing's going into landfill, which is super important. So those are the reasons why I use cloth nappies. If you do want me to make a video about them, let me know. I have a lot to say on cloth nappies. And there's a lot of information, especially if you don't know much about it. It can be really daunting at first. I'll admit I was not the biggest fan and I didn't want to use them, but my mum convinced me to give them a go and I'm so glad because I love them. Now, newborn nappies. You don't have to get newborn sized nappies. I did and I love them. However, you can get what they call a one size fits most. That will fit from newborn all the way to toilet training. So it's not essential to get newborn size nappies. In saying that, the bigger they are, they will just look a bit bulkier. I personally think it looks a little bit nicer to have smaller nappies when they're smaller. These are the two brands that I use and I absolutely love them. So this is a Bubble Bubs brand and the style of nappy is called a Pebble. This is a Pickapoo nappy. They're now known as Pickaboo. These are both all-in-one nappies and I'll show you what that means. So you can see this is the shell of the nappy and inside the liner is attached, so it's all in one. You can't lose any pieces, which is really good in the first few months, especially if you're a first-time parent and you're tired. You don't want to be finding bits to a nappy and losing bits, and it's very easy to have them all together. So what you do is you just fold in half and fold it inside the nappy, inside the shell, and then you have a full nappy. Super, super easy. It is husband proof, which I love. So I really love these nappies. They're Velcro, which is also a lot easier when you're tired as well. And you can get I find with the newborns you can get a nicer fit because they're a little bit smaller, especially a little bit thinner through the leg here can make it a lot easier to get a good fit, which is very important obviously in keeping everything inside the nappy. The Pickapoo is very, very similar. The one thing that I do like about the Pickapoo's newborn especially is that it has rise snaps on the front, which means that you can make it a little bit smaller to fit your baby the smaller they are. So I'll show you how that works. So they've got the snap up here and you can just snap it down to make it smaller and shorter. So especially in the first days where their umbilical cord hasn't fallen off, it won't be rubbing it. That also means I found for me that I got more use out of these. I could use them for longer. My daughter didn't grow out of them until she was just nearly 3 months old. A lot of people only get up to 6 weeks from a newborn nappy, but because this is so adjustable, you do get a little bit more wear out of it. And the other thing I really love about this brand is that they're double gusseted. I find that because the gusset kind of sits in a little bit more, it allows you to get a better fit in their legs, which is really great. So those are my newborn nappies. These are definitely my favourite, absolute favourite newborn product. I would highly recommend them to anyone having a baby, anyone interested in cloth napping. What I use on my daughter now, because she's bigger, is one size fits most. This is not an all-in-one. I will show you that. This is also by Bubble Bubs, and this kind of nappy is called a candy. So it's not all connected, or it's not all together. It's two pieces, as you can see. You've got the shell, you've got the insert. This just has snaps, which means you just snap them together. Now, the reason that's good for a bigger baby is because you can change it to fit your child's wetting needs. So some babies hold it all in and then let it out all at once, which means that you might need a little bit more absorption. You just unfold it and you can put a booster in here. You can also change where you boost it, depending on whether you've got a boy or a girl if you need. So obviously girls need the most absorption right down the bottom, whereas boys need a little bit more at the front. So because these are not all in one, you can put the booster where you need it and you can change the absorption to suit your baby, which I think is really great. I also just love how cute they are. So if your baby, around the house is just going to wear a nappy and nothing else, if it's hot, I think it just looks a little bit nicer than a plastic disposable. So these are my favorite baby products. So the next product that I'm going to be talking about are swaddles. So there are a couple of different brands on the market. I did a lot of research into this again. I actually didn't get it right to begin with. I bought a whole bunch of Love to Dream swaddles, which are super, super popular. They just didn't work for my baby when she was a newborn, and I was super disappointed about it because I think they're so cute. But at the end of the day, being cute is great, but sleep is best. So this is what worked for us. These are just stretchy wraps, swaddles. I just got them off the internet. They're super cheap, they're super affordable, and I prefer stretchy ones over muslin ones because my daughter got out of a lot of swaddles. So the stretchy ones give you a little bit of tension, so it holds them in there really nice and tight, which is what my daughter needed to sleep. She moved a lot. Every time she got her little arm out or something, she would wake up and then she was very sad, and then I was very sad. So this is what worked for us. In terms of swaddling, it is very safe to do it up until they're rolling around. So for me, I believe she started consistently rolling from her back to her tummy at 4 months. So I have had to stop swaddling her because it would be unsafe for her not to have her arms or hands kind of, free for her to use if she were to roll onto her tummy. But I did really, really love these. I have had to pack them away, which is a little bit sad, but it's all right. So I'll show you what I'm using now for sleeping. Okay, so I'm now in the Love to Dream swaddles, which I love. They're super cute. And we are using a transition swaddle, which means, as you can see, we can take the arms off. So obviously babies need to learn to sleep with their hands free if they don't just sleep like that as a newborn. I know for us, Aurora, I did try it when she first started rolling. I tried to kind of just put one arm in, but she would just play with her dummy, she would touch whatever's around her, and that wasn't working for us. So they just zip on and off, so I just had both of the little hand bits on there, and only, I think in the last week, we've started taking one sleeve off, and it seems to be working. I think these are super cute as well, so that's just kind of an added bonus. The next product, which for me is, again, a must, is an oxygen and pulse monitor. So this is an Owlet Smart Sock. This is an oxygen and pulse monitor, which for me is absolutely essential. It gives me great peace of mind, obviously to help fight against SIDS. What this means is if her Oxygen goes below 80%, and if her heart rate goes below 60, it will alarm and it will tell me. That way, obviously, I need to go check on her, and it just gives you a better chance, you know, if something does happen. So this is the base, and this is the little sock. If something does happen, this will flash red and it makes a really, really loud, high-pitched beeping alarm, which means if you're not in the same room that this is, you should be able to hear it. What I also love about it is there's an app on your phone which will also alarm if something's wrong. This is absolutely essential to me. I would not be able to sleep without it. I do send this with her if she goes to someone's house to be babysat, because it's absolutely essential to me. Love that. So as well as reusable nappies, I also use reusable wipes. So this is what I use. I think we just got them off eBay. Again, super cheap. All I do is I just fold them into 4 and I just wet them with water, and I have never had a problem. I actually find it gets everything off her a lot more easily than disposable wipes. I do use disposable wipes sometimes. If I'm going out for an entire day, sometimes it can just be a little bit easier to keep disposable wipes with me rather than piling up dirty wipes. You also sometimes don't know how many you need, so if you're going to be out for a really long time, I do keep a packet of wipes as a backup. But I love these. I have so many of them and they're really great. As I said, wet them with water and just squeeze them out a little bit, and they are really good, and they're just machine washable as well. Similarly, for like burp rags, I didn't get traditional burp rags as such, but I do have 2 different kind of products that I use in its place. These are double muslin rags, and they're super absorbent because they're double layer. Again, these were just off eBay and they were pretty cheap as well, and they're quite stretchy, and they're quite soft to use on the baby, so you can wipe their face, you can have it around just in case. And I really like these, and what I use if I need something a bit bigger is actually a tri-fold nappy, really. So these are quite large. You can use them as a nappy, like an old style nappy, and fold it up and pin it onto them. Otherwise, they are really great as wipes or rags or whatever. So obviously they're a lot bigger. I know a lot of people like to put one over their shoulder, and if they burp their baby over their shoulder, I never had to do that. But they are super absorbent because they are actually used as nappies, and they're a lot bigger. So I always have one of these with me. In my nappy bag, in the car. I have these everywhere around the house, honestly, but you never know when you're going to need one.